Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Champion Hill, where the Saints have suffered their first National League self-defeat of the season, going down 2-1 to Dulwich Hamlet. Maybe before the game, Ian, people look at that result and would have thought, well, St Albans losing there, not a great surprise, but I thought it was a bit unjust.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, David, because they've gone down to 10 men. What was it? Half hour gone, and I just didn't think I don't think we really went and imposed ourselves on the game after that. We made some changes, which it seemed to work for a while, and their keepers made a couple of really good saves to keep them in the game, but we just didn't defend our own box very well. And at the moment, it's a tale of two 18-yard boxes, and the chances we're creating. And you've got to say today, the 2 or 3 we had were really good chances. For me, we should be converting them, and then we've not gone and defended our own box very well, especially for the long throw. And then, is it unjust? But I don't know. I didn't think we worked hard enough to stop them taking a short corner, and the guys had the shot, and obviously Mercer's tried to head it off and headed it straight into his own net.
Their keeper got the man of match award for them, and maybe that's where the game turned on those 2 saves he made.
Yeah, I think you did right, because if we get our noses in front, then I felt it'd have been a little bit different, because they'd have had to come out, they'd have left some space in behind them, and we could have gone and hurted them. But till then, really, there was. You probably say at the first half there wasn't a lot between the 2 teams. They probably had the best chance, but there wasn't a shot on target, I don't think, in the first half. We spoke about it at half time. I just felt we were lacking a cutting edge today in the final third, and we improved in the second half, but I just felt we were just lacking a little bit today in terms of an energy and a sharpness. And we've got to look at everything we're doing at the moment, because we've scored an unbelievable goal here again today, but we can't keep doing that. We've got to score some scruffy goals. We've got to score some goals like Dulwich have scored today, like Dartford scored on Tuesday, and we've got to be scoring them. We can't keep scoring great goals, and they're all the things we have to look at and try and put right. By the time we come to Tuesday night against Braintree.
Dulwich also went down to 10 men on the opening day of the season last Saturday in the first half, and again won. Did you get a clear view of the incident today?
Well, I just see him. He's raised his hand to David around. He's grabbed him around the throat at the end of the day, and the linesman made the decision, who told the referee, and the referee made the decision. But I don't know why the lad got involved. It was innocuous. It was stupid. He didn't have to get involved, and obviously, does it help us? Well, in the end, it hasn't helped us. We haven't been good enough. I felt our passing was too slow today. I felt we wanted to run with the ball more than we've done, and I felt when we lost Solomon, I felt it was a big loss to us. I felt it took a real energy out of our side when he came off injured.
How bad is he?
Well, at the moment it's an ankle, so we just got to see how it settles down over the next 24, 48 hours and see where we are with it. But it was a blow to us, because I felt he was breaking up a lot of their play and was starting to get in behind them. But in the end, we were a little bit too nice in the end. I felt we was. We've got to go and start throwing some balls in the box and maybe go and score some ugly goals, because that's what's missing for me at the moment. We've defended quite well in terms of overall defending, but they've had a long throw and they've had a corner and they've scored 2 goals against us, and for me that's not good enough.
The word I've heard a couple of people use is a bit lightweight up front. What they mean is we haven't got anybody big and muscular.
Well, unfortunately I can't, when I say I can't, we're not in the same, in terms of Adam Cunnington and Danny Mills and people like that. We're not in the same ballpark as some of these teams, so we have to go with somebody slightly lesser. I could throw James Kolotsky up there, but he's not a centre forward, so it's difficult. We have to work with what we've got. We have to respect that. I'd love to have an Adam Cunnington or a Danny Mills or people like that inside, because it gives you a different element in the way you play football. But we have to get on with what we've got. It's no good us bemoaning in terms of other teams. We have to accept what we've got, get on with what we've got to go and do, and try and pick some results up, because we need to pick some results up quite quickly now, because 2 points out of 9 isn't good enough. So that's where I stand at the moment, is that we have to go and win some games of football, and sometimes we might have to win a little bit ugly, and that's what we've got to go and do.
We're home to Braintree Town on Tuesday night. No points for them after 3 games. I believe a 4-0 defeat at home today. Well,
as I say, I don't know, David. I haven't seen the scores, but all I can do is worry about ourselves at the end of the day. There's a real good positive vibe about what we're trying to do. We've done at times, and think that we play nice neat football is going to get us or keep us in this league, because it won't, because we have to have a cutting edge to our game as well, and we might have to be a little bit different, we might have to be a bit ugly, and we can't keep scoring great goals, and the opportunities we created today. Joe created the opportunity himself, one-on-one with a keeper. Should he score? I think he should score, but the ball was caught under his feet. But the keeper's also made a very good save. The move with Sam's, the save the lads made from Sam Merson, for me is unbelievable. He's gone one way and got back a hand, and Harry's kept it, I don't know. And then the goal we got is an unbelievable goal. We've had 4 or 5 passes around the edge of the box, but there was too many opportunities where we got in good areas, and our final cross or our final ball in or our final decision wasn't good enough today, and that's what disappointed me. Yeah, it's a bit windy, but it's same for both teams. It's not like that as an excuse. We have to improve, and that's where I am. I'm disappointed sitting here tonight that we haven't picked up. I'd say a draw. I'm disappointed we've not got all 3 points here tonight, and we certainly should have had all 3 points at Dartford, but we haven't done it. So there's something slightly missing in our performances, there's something missing in our game, and we have to improve in certain areas if we want to start picking up wins.
Dulwich are full time. I'm not going to put them down, but on the evidence of today, you don't see that as a promotion winning side.
Well, it's difficult because they went down to 10 men after 30 minutes, so would they have finished stronger with us? The one thing you've got to say with 10 men, they didn't look tired in the last 30 minutes, and I felt some of our players looked a little bit leggy today. The pitch is quite long in terms of the grass, but I felt that they looked a little bit sharper than us, and that's the thing. Maybe the full-timers has helped them in terms of their fitness levels, but I didn't think there was anything between the two teams in terms of fitness levels. I just think some of the decision making today on both teams was better on Dulwich's behalf than it was on our half, and you can't have a long throw end up on the back post that bounce on the back post, and nobody's dealt with it, and that's the thing that I found really frustrating today. And then, as I say, with the second corner, we've tried to keep people up, people haven't reacted, and before we know where we are, obviously Sam's had it in his own net. So would I've taken a draw? Of course I'd have taken a draw at the end of the day, but we haven't defended well enough, and that just disappoints me.
You briefly touched on the wind there, Ian. Do you think it made much difference?
I think it's the same for both sides, David, at the end. It doesn't help, does it? But it's the same for both sides. It probably helped their goal because it was behind him when he had the shot, but we had opportunities in the first half and we didn't hit the target. So, I don't think there's anything we can moan about the wind. At the end of the day, it's for both sides, and I didn't think it made any difference to where we was on the game. We had enough chances in terms of where we are. They played with 10 men for 60 minutes, and I don't think we were good enough to go and win the game today.
Tom Bender was available again today, but he didn't make the starting 11.
No, as I said, I think Ollie's done really well. So Tom's got to wait his opportunity. So I know Ollie picked up a little bit of a foot injury today, but as I said to Tom before the game, he was the one that got sent off last year. He's had obviously the suspension carried over to this year, so he's got to be patient, and hopefully, I've got a full squad to pick from. Still need Scotty Shorten back in the midfield area, but I think today was a big loss losing Solomon as quickly as we did. And I felt we lost his energy and his drive and his ability to break things up, and he was the one player that I felt in that first 20 minutes. He looked bigger and stronger than anybody out there today, and it was just such a blow to lose him so early.
You mentioned Scotty Shorten there. We saw him Tuesday, had a surgical boot on his foot. I guess he's going to be out for a little while longer yet.
Well, yes, we just got to wait and see. He's got to leave it on for 7 to 10 days and then take it off. Then he'll have a bit of rest period on the hill, and then we've got to see where we are. He's quite a fit boy anyway, so but I need him back as quickly as possible. We need everyone back because we need to make sure that we've got everyone pushing in the right area in terms of what we're trying to do. Yes, we've got to continue trying to do what we do, but we've got to punish teams and we've got to finish teams off. And when we had our good period today, we didn't do it. They defended really well when they had their good period, and it wasn't even a good period. I didn't think. A long throw in the box. We have to deal with that, and that's what disappointed me today. We've got big defenders back in there. We've got 6'3", 6'4" centre halves. We have to deal with that, and I've got a goalkeeper who should come and collect balls, and we haven't done that today, and that's what disappoints me.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian.
Cheers,
so,
David.
reminder, Saints next back in action on Tuesday night when Braintree Town are visitors to Clarence Park's National League South. Kick-off is at 7:45.